Hey, welcome to another episode of Shop Talk. Pat McCardle here with Polaris, and we're bringing you a little different view this time. You're actually sitting in the driver's seat of this awesome Trail S, so I can show you what the overhood sightlines are all about. So as I walk backwards, pay attention to where you can see my feet. And it's not really that far away from the vehicle. Way better than most competitive models, and I'm guessing it's about right in here. So we'll show you in a minute just how far away this is, but you know, like 10, 12 feet tops, so you can really point on the trail where those obstacles are coming up without having to get out of the seat or have a spotter there working for you on your behalf. Hey, so I just jumped inside the cockpit so I can get the view that you guys just had, and you can see where that cone's at in front of this RZR. That's how close to the front end of this vehicle I can see. Why don't you guys come around and I'll show you what some of the upgrades in the cockpit and ergonomics package are on this awesome Trail S. So the first thing I want to show you is this steering wheel, and this is what the older gen models had on it. You compare that to the brand new one and you could see the size difference. We actually shrunk this steering wheel down. The other nice things here is if you tilt it down, you can see that we actually pulled it closer to the driver. So this is going to allow me to keep my shoulders planted back in the seat, have nice ergonomics on my arms, and it's going to make it feel a little more sporty because my hands aren't so far apart as I'm driving around in this machine. So we brought this wheel back, we put it more vertical and upright to make it a little more comfortable for you as a driver. When you look across the rest of this interior, we also have a brand new gauge setup behind the steering wheel. So you've got digital information here along with the analog dials. You know, we've got the nice storage box here in the middle. We've got another glove box here on the side, and even this rubber compartment if you want to throw a couple lightweight items that you want easy access to on the trail. So a lot of storage capability inside this machine. So some other cool technology that we've got here on the inside of the Trail S on this Ultimate trim. If you start down here, we've got the factory speakers built in that are aimed up at your head as driver and passenger, so you get a good amount of sound volume even when you're wearing your helmet going down the trail. As you look up into the center, we've got this awesome 7-inch ride command display. We took you through that in a previous episode on kind of all the features, but same stuff you're used to, right? Gauges, mapping, Bluetooth, audio. And the cool thing is we've even got the reverse camera built right in. So when you shift to reverse, you can see the toolboxes behind me. But if you're in a forward gear, the other nice thing is that if you drop down from the top, you can actually tap the camera button, and you can use this as a built-in rear view mirror. So you can actually see the headlights of the people following you, even without having to mount a rear view mirror. So that rear camera really is a pretty trick feature right from the factory if you know what you're doing and know how to use it. So overall, technology package in the Trail S, great for listening to tunes while you're bouncing down the trail and really seeing where you're going if you're exploring new places you've never been. Other cool thing on these seats, there's a bit of adjustability, and some of it people don't even realize. So I've got a lever underneath my right thigh here that if I slide to the left, I can go forward and back. I tend to ride pretty far back on this vehicle to give myself a nice amount of legroom. But the other cool thing, if I pull a seat out that I can show you, is that we've actually got height adjustability on the backrest. So if you look, there's actually 4 screws on either side. In this case, you can see there's 3 sets of holes. So you can actually unbolt those and slide this seat back up and down. So right now I've got the seat, you know, kind of in the lowest position, but I could actually slide it up to get about another 1.5 to 2 inches of vertical height to get my head better supported if you want. So just be aware of that fact that you do have adjustability, you know, both on the slide and on the height of the backrest on the Trail S. So when you think about the interior comfort and ergonomics, it's actually quite nice on what you can fit, even with the shorter 79-inch wheelbase on this machine. All right, let's get on the outside and keep moving around a little bit more. Next thing we want to talk about on comfort is the awesome shock package on this machine. So we've got big ground clearance at 12.5 inches. We got 13.2 inches of travel in the back, and we've got these nice Fox Podium X series shocks. So you got nice piggyback reservoirs. You got low speed adjustability with the knob here at the top, both front and rear. Super easy to get dialed in for your riding. You know, check your owner's manual for how many clicks to go. Usually what we say is if you add a rider, you know, a passenger, go a couple clicks on all 4 corners, try it out, and then adjust as you like. As you look at styling of this vehicle, you can see we've got these full doors along with a bulb seal along the bottom. So when you think about where trail riders really operate here, you get in some muddy terrains, you get in some dust, you know, you get some debris coming off. This does a great job of keeping you clean as a driver and passenger. You don't get all that wheel spray coming up. And with these nice wide fender flares on the 60-inch, there's actually not that much that's trying to come in and get in there. So you get a lot of good protection. These doors have a really nice fit fit, so you can actually probably almost hear just how solid they are when I slam that door shut. As we talk about the new styling of this roll cage, you can see that this whole front H is one piece from here to here. So there's a joint here, and then it bolts down to the vehicle. But overall, there's less bolted joints on this new model than there was in the past. You get basically an extra strength as you got this wraparound rear bumper. And the other cool thing about the back is you got a lot of areas that you could tie down accessories or gear that you're gonna bring with you. So, you know, you got these side bars, you got the upper bars coming down, you got the rear bumper here. Basically a lot of versatility on being able to carry that cargo with you as you go out for a day on the trail, or even if you wanna spend an overnight camping, you know, you can bring your gear with, pitch your tent, come back the next day and go have some fun. And then on the front end, obviously you saw the interior, but we grafted on the entire front end of the Turbo S. So you get these cool Fang lights on the front on either side of the grill. You know, as most RZRs, you get this quick, easy removable grill so you can wash that radiator out. And we've got these super bright LED headlights now that I'll try and blind my cameraman a little bit as we go here, but that's the low beam, and when you blast them up to high, you can really see down that trail at night. Other cool things as you look at the Trail S model here, underneath the hood you got a couple quarter turns, but one of the cool things here is this pulse bar. So when you think about adding your accessories on, you've got these simple to remove ceiling caps, you toss that away. You've got 3 positions in there, power, ground, and switch power. And so it makes it really easy to add a light bar or any other, you know, electronic accessories that you want. And if you run out of room with this 3-position pulse bar, the 6th position will actually fit on this mounting bracket using the outside 2 holes, so you can actually upgrade to a bigger version of this if you need to. You know, as far as accessories go, about half of the accessories from the older generation body fit on the new models as well. So obviously, you know, roofs and things of that nature with the new cage are different, but a lot of the things that we had before as far as front bumpers, some of the winches, some of the other gear that goes on the interior, that carries right over. So if you had a, you know, say a RZR S900 from a few years back, and you're thinking about upgrading to the new Trail S, you might be able to actually port some of your accessories over to your new model, which makes it a lot easier to upgrade and, you know, keep your vehicle the way you want it. So, with that, I'm gonna drop this hood back on. The other nice thing about some of the body work on this Trail S that we haven't talked about is that it's actually an engineered grade of nylon material, so it's color through and through. You might have seen that when I pulled off the hood. It's really easy to see on the doors where it's, you know, this high gloss shine on the outside, and you can see that the same color goes all the way through the inside. So if you're riding in trails and you maybe get it scratched up a little, you don't notice them because you're not cutting through paint. You get that same color all the way through the plastic, which is really nice. So when you think about, again, Trail S, probably one of my favorite vehicles, especially for where I live here in the upper Midwest. I love riding these things back east, you know, down in areas like Kentucky, Tennessee, West Virginia, heck of a lot of fun there too. But really a very versatile rig to take all over the place. So, you know, wrapping this up, just brought you another episode of Shop Talk. Want to make sure you click to like and subscribe. Leave us some comments on what you want to see more of.